Good morning or afternoon. Today my team Lucky Strike consists of me, Nicola, Andrian, Adriel, and Sandy. We'll be discussing the ARP diagrams starting off with VLAN. What is VLAN? VLAN is a network model that logically divides the network into several paths but still passes through the same connecting devices. VLANs do not have limitations on the physical conditions of their network like LANs. VLANs can be configured virtually without having to look at the state of the equipment. Therefore, VLANs have flexibility in network settings and make it easy for network administrators to divide their networks according to the required network functions and security needs. So next is the function of VLAN. The function of VLAN in computer networks is to provide a network method that can divide a physical network into several broadcast domains. This broadcast domain is usually the boundary of an IP subnet. Each subnet mask has a VLAN. VLANs allows multiple virtual LANs to coexist within a physical LAN or switch. Just as there are two machines connected to one switch, they cannot send Ethernet frames to the other machine even though they are on the same cable.
Apart from having a function in computer networks, VLANs also have many benefits in the world of computer networks. Here are some of the benefits of VLAN. Security. Groups with sensitive data are separated from the rest of the network to reduce the possibility of breaches of confidential information or data. VLANs can limit users who can access data or information so that VLANs can reduce the possibility of misuse of access rights. 2. Cost reduction. In a network that uses VLANs, you can create a private network even though you're not near your main network. This can certainly minimize the costs required to pull LAN cables to new locations. 3. Better performance. VLANs are able to divide a flat layer 2 network into several logical working groups or broadcast domains to reduce unnecessary traffic on the network and improve performance. Minimize the broadcast domain. VLANs can divide the network so as to reduce the number of devices in the broadcast domain. 5. Increase IT staff efficiency. Every time a computer moves location, the computer usually has to be reset so that it can communicate with the network where the computer is moved. This means that the computer cannot be used immediately after being moved. Now, by using a VLAN network, you can minimize or even eliminate this step because basically the computer will remain on the same network so that it can increase the efficiency of IT staff performance. 6. Simple project and application management. VLANs aggregate users and network devices to support businesses or geographic requirements. VLANs have separate functions that make managing a project or working with special applications easier. An example of such an application is an e-learning development platform for universities.
What is ARP? ARP is Address Resolution Protocol. Is a protocol or procedure that connects an ever-changing Internet Protocol or IP address to a fixed physical machine address, also known as a Media Access Control MAC address, in a local area network LAN. This mapping procedure is important because the length of the IP and MAC address differ, and a translation is needed so that the system can recognize one another. The most used IP today is IP version 4. An IP address is 32 bits long. However, MAC addresses are 48 bits long. ARP translates the 32-bit address to 40x and vice versa. So this is IRP types. There is a proxy IRP, gratuitous IRP, reverse IRP, and inverse IRP. Proxy IRP. Proxy IRP is a technique by which a proxy device on a given network the IRP request from a IP address that is not not on that network. The proxy is aware of the location on the traffic's destination and offer its own MAC address as the destination. Gratuitous IRP. Gratuitous IRP is almost like an administrative procedure carried out as a way for a host on a network to simply announce or update its IP to MAC address. Gratuitous IRP is not prompted by an RRP request to translate an IP address to a MAC address. Reverse IRP, host machine that do not know their own IP address can use the reverse address resolution protocol or RARP from discovery. Inverse IRP, whereas IRP use an IP address to find a MAC address. IRP use a MAC address to find an IP address.
Next, how does ARP work? ARP protocol explanation. We can explain ARP operation in some basic steps. Here for the explanations of ARP operation. We will use an example. Our example topology will be like the following. Think about this example. PC1 wants to ping PC5s. Firstly, it checks its ARP table or ARP chase and tries to find the PC5's MAC address there. At the beginning, the ARP table or ARP chase of PC1 is empty, and it doesn't contain PC5's MAC address. PC1 only knows the IP address of PC5. PC1 sends an ARP request message to the network as broadcast. This ARP request is sent to all the nodes in the network. The meaning of this ARP request is which host has IP address 192.168.0.5. This ARP request message consists of source and destination IP, source MAC address, and operation code request. Destination MAC is written as this. This destination MAC means it is requested. In the layer 2 header of this message, the destination MAC is this broadcast MAC address. PC5 replies to this ARP request message with an ARP reply message. PC5 sends this ARP request message directly to PC1 as a unicast message. This ARP reply message means I am 192.168.0.5 and this MAC address code is my MAC address. That's all for the presentation. See you next time and thank you.